What's going on, guys? Welcome to another live stream. I did the post fight. I've been hounded on Discord. Hey, man, jump back on another live stream. Jump back on another live stream. So here I am. I am back yet again. And, yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. And we're going to talk about UFC San Antonio. We're going to talk about Marlon Vera versus Cory Sandhagen. And the next card is UFC 287. Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2. I did not watch the boxing match, so I can't tell you guys how that was. Don't watch boxing. I know a lot of people were paying attention to that. I think that was recently just on. Like, I've seen people talking about it on Twitter. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out the post fight, do me a favor and check out the post fight I did. Apparently that guy really was injured last night. Apparently fractured his arm and torn ligaments in his arm. That's horrible. But yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down to talk about whatever. It's 1:30 at night. There's not a whole lot going on. But we can dissect Marlon Vera versus Cory Sandhagen a little bit more, if that's what you guys so choose to do. But yeah, make sure you check out my post-fight. That is out on the channel right now. Is this Sir Joey's podcast? Yes. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I actually just uploaded a second video that I had not had done yet. Top 3 reasons I love UFC 287. So I'll be releasing that tomorrow. That will be out tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, this is kind of like an After Dark stream right now. We've been titling them After Dark. I still got tabs open from when I did the Fight Night stream. Got the judges' scorecards open. I got Photoshop open. Exit out of Photoshop. My post-fight thumbnail. Cory beats Aljo. Nah, I think he probably loses in the grappling exchanges again. To be quite honest. I think he loses in the grappling exchanges again. I think Aljo would just take him down. And maybe Sandhagen's improved enough to stuff the takedowns. I just find it hard to believe that his grappling's going to be that on point. Maybe it is. Maybe it won't. But for right now, if he beats Merab, I'll be on board. If he goes out there and beats Merab, I'll be 100% on board. I think if he can beat Merab, he can beat Aljo. But we'll see. It looks like he's going to fight Merab next. Shout out to Cory Sandhagen for calling out Merab. That's a fight nobody wants. You think Sean O'Malley would win a fight and call out Merab? Never in a million years. He would never in a million years call out Merab. Ever, 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 ever. And what did I get on my keyboard? Okay. But he went out there. He went out there and he called him out. That's a horrible matchup, and he did. And let's see if he actually ends up fighting him. What fight are you still sour over? What kind of fight are you sour over? That's what the real question. Derek. You know what I forgot to do? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I prefer Cory versus Sean O'Malley as well. I agree. Give me 1 second. Whoa, that's not accurate. I really don't think Sean O'Malley's taking another fight. And I think Cory kind of bailed him out by calling out Merab, because now the two guys he could fight are taken up. You know, so I think the best case scenario is tonight Sean O'Malley sees Cheeto and says, "Oh, I can beat him." oh, I can beat him, and then maybe takes that fight instead of sitting around waiting forever. Because right now it just seems like he's going to sit around and wait forever, to be honest. Not just how over the last fight, Cheeto being pretty tentative, then explored. Yeah. Yeah, the card tonight was not great, to be quite honest. It was not great at all. It was super disappointing. Hold on one second. The entire card, you look over the entire card, it was very disappointing. Go to Tapology. I mean, what's crazy is I went 5 for 10. I could have easily went 6, 7. I could have went 8 for 10. The only two wrong picks I really should have had was Lutz and Peterson. But none of these fights I care about. Like, none of these fights am I going to die on a hill for. I thought Salvador won in the opening fight against Altamirano. I thought Salvador won that fight. I think he stole it in the last minute and a half of that round. I thought that Njokuani won rounds 2 and 3 against Duraev, and I thought Lee clearly won. So I went 50-50 tonight, but I really should have went 80% tonight. I got screwed. I got did dirty. I got thrown in the dirt. But I do not think Cory beats Aljo. At this point, it's too early to tell. It's been 3 years since he got absolutely brutalized. But I just don't know if he's made enough improvement in his game to be able to say, you know what, I think he has this. Let me see something really quick. I'm just messing around with random stuff on my channel right now. Sean O'Malley is going to sit and wait for a title shot 100%. He says supposedly that he's guaranteed a title shot, so I'm sure he just sits out and wait. It's annoying. How did you score it? I scored it 5-0 for Cory Sandhagen. I didn't really think it was... I really didn't think it was that debatable, to be quite honest. I thought it was pretty clear. Cheetah looked out of it. Yeah, Cheetah did look weird. But the thing is, I think these are just problems that he's always had that just look glaring tonight. He's always had an issue with productivity and offense. And tonight it just got exposed even worse. Because of how good Sandhagen is. Apparently Dana has a million reasons. I actually tweeted that out. I tweeted out about that. He asked the media, why doesn't he deserve a title shot? He deserves one. And nobody even pushed back. Here's exactly what I tweeted. I quoted the video. And I said, why is the MMA media so spineless? Quote, why wouldn't Colby deserve a title shot, Dana? Because he's 2-2 in his last 4. 2 of those were title shots. Also has 0 wins in the current top 15 in his entire career. And has 0 wins in the current top 15 in his entire career. And is on a 1-fight win streak while sitting out for over a year. I don't know why they don't push back. Why are they so scared of him? All he said was he made weight. I would have asked him, well, what's the reasoning for him getting a title shot? Because he doesn't deserve one. It's an embarrassment. I'd rather see Usman get a 3rd fight. Streams keep getting later and later. Yeah, I'm not going to be on for super long tonight. We'll see how it goes. Do you think Gaslam's in danger of being cut? Yes. I do. He's one of those guys that, I mean, you lose, you're going to, if you won in your last 6, you know, if he loses his next fight, yes. Went to UFC San Antonio, great experience. Just wish the UFC put more effort in the card. Yeah, I feel bad for you guys. UFC built a horrible card, to be honest. It was a shit card. It was a shit card on paper. Main event was good, but just didn't deliver that well. It just didn't deliver. You see the media never asks them directly. It's always like, there might be somebody who thinks Colby doesn't deserve a title. Yeah. I don't understand. What are they worried about? That just because he's some big ball. I guess maybe they're worried about being banned. I would challenge him. If he bans you for challenging him, then he's just a bitch. I'd be like, this doesn't make sense. He sat out for, and he said Leon sat out for over 2 years. First off, Leon, the only reason Leon was ever out was because of event cancellations on the UFC. He accepted 3 fights against Hamzat during COVID. He accepted a fight against Jorge Masvidal. He accepted a fight against Bilal and fought Bilal. He accepted a fight against Colby instead of Bilal, but Colby didn't want that fight. That's vastly different circumstances. I'm beginning to think Dana just likes Colby and just wants to give Colby a title shot. I honestly think that's it. But I honestly believe we'll eventually hear it from him because people are going to keep asking him. Thing that adds up. Usman must have been close to pulling out of the fight, and Colby saved their ass on 3 days' notice. Colby saved their ass on 3 days' notice, and that is why he's getting a title shot. If Dana just said that, I would be okay. At least that's understandable. If he says, look, Usman was having issues during fight week. He might have to pull out. We called up Colby on 3 days' notice. He flew all the way to the UK. And he stepped up and he weighed in and he was ready to go. And he saved the event in the case of an absolute catastrophe. And so we decided based on that and the fact that he's one of the top ranked guys and the fact that he's never fought Leon, we've decided based on that we're giving him a title shot. If that's what he said, so be it. I'd understand it at least. But the current, he deserves one. He's on a 1-fight win streak. So based off that logic, you can give Masvidal a title shot. At that point, you can give Masvidal a title shot with a win over Burns. And that would be an absolute catastrophe. I'd stop. I think I'd genuinely stop watching the sport. I'd be disgusted. I'd be damn outright disgusted if Jorge somehow gets a win over Burns and gets a title shot. It'd be a catastrophe. It'd be a slap in the face. It'd be an absolute sham. But that's the way the UFC rolls sometimes. Dana even said Colby. I haven't listened to the Dana post-fight presser. He said he would have gotten a title shot had Usman won. That's crazy. Well, now I wish Usman would have won. I would have loved to see that trilogy. But that would have made no sense, ultimately. Holly's post-fight interview was cringe. Yeah, that's for sure. It's weird. I still don't even know what she truly was talking about. But we'll find out one day, I guess. I'm just happy I already got my video queued up for tomorrow, boys. I already got my video queued up for tomorrow. Reasons I love UFC 287. Ready to go, raring to go. 16 minutes long. 16 minutes long. I thought Jorge had inside. Jorge's making up horseshit, dude. Or they made a deal with Colby to drop charges. I don't believe that narrative. I think it's a possibility that there was some discussion of that. People keep acting like Colby's going to put Jorge in jail for years. Is that what you guys think goes on in the justice system? You really think Jorge's going to go to jail for years for one punch? Half the time, rapists walk free all the time. You think Jorge? You think Jorge's going to prison for 1 month? Or multiple years for one punch? No. Jorge was never going to jail. It was always going to be a settlement regardless. So I don't buy that narrative at all that people keep pushing. I don't really buy it. I do think it could be partially of an incentive. They could say, you know what, he saved our ass on this card, but we're also going to ask him, hey, can you just settle with Jorge out of court so we don't have to have this fog over top of us? Or maybe they're telling Colby, look, we'll give you a title shot. If you go out there and beat Leon and Jorge beats Burns in the meantime, we'll give you a rematch with Jorge. And that'll do big numbers with this whole legal thing going on behind the scenes. That could be it as well. Honestly, okay, read that. Yeah, it's crazy. Who do you have in the Colby Leon fight? Honestly, I may take Colby. I haven't decided yet. I have not decided yet, my friend. It's tough. It's a tough one to decide. To be quite frank, it's a very, very tough one to decide. So I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is it's one of those fights where Colby's a bad matchup for Leon, but Leon's also a bad match up for Colby. It's just a matter of who can inflict their game plan the most. Who can inflict their game plan the most? That's what I think is going to actually happen. Boom. Save those. I meant to do that yesterday. Okay. It's crazy how fast time is going. I know we've talked about this like the last few weeks or whatever. But it's baffling to me. What was this? He's going to call out the politician once he beats Leon. There's no doubt in my mind. Start gushing over Conor for a money fight. Yeah. That's what I think this road just leads to one place. And what it leads to is a Jorge Masvidal title shot. In my opinion. In my opinion, it leads to a Jorge Masvidal title. That'll be unfortunate. That'll be very, very, very unfortunate and annoying and shitty. I can't believe how many streams I have on the channel. I'm looking through for something right now. These old thumbnails were kind of ugly. This one, I believe. I was so tired during the stream. My eyes never even opened. I was looking. There was a stream that back in, what was it, last year, I believe, where I was sick. And I was straight up exhausted during the stream. MMA Joey is, in fact, that guy. What's up, damn straight? What's going on? Yeah, guys, put questions in the chat. Do me a favor, like the stream. I'm going to members this stream after the fact because I've been doing too many streams recently. I think I'm going to stream a little bit less this upcoming week. Or at least I'm going to try to work on more of prediction videos. And then the following week I'll be back like streaming like crazy again because we got UFC 287. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I just got to start banging out predictions and uploading predictions and just having them ready to go. Having them ready to go. Because I'm probably doing, let me say a definitive number. I'm doing 1, probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm roughly doing 8. I'm doing 8 predictions. 8 predictions. I would say. I'm not doing any of the women's MMA on this card. I'm not doing Chris Barnett, Chase Sherman. We'll see how I do. Film the predictions live right now. No way, shape, or form am I doing that. I'm too tired to even record a prediction. I already have a video ready to go on the channel. It'll be out tomorrow. Top 3 reasons I love UFC 287. Which those videos seem to be very, very popular. Which is crazy. Which is crazy to me. That all was born out of UFC 279 being an absolute garbage can. Leon may be my favorite fighter if he actually sticks to not fighting Colby. That would be awesome, but he's not going to. Who do you have in the rematch between Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko? I'm probably taking Valentina. Exposed? Yeah, Shavkat didn't get exposed. Shavkat proved he's one of the best. Shavkat proved he's one of the best. Dude, he finished Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's tough to finish. Did he show some weaknesses in his game? Yeah. But exposed? Nah. I've been a big believer of Shavkat Rakhmonov for many, many years. And, yeah. What is this? Okay. What is going on here? Okay. I don't know. It's 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning. What do you think Chito's ceiling is after tonight? I already told you guys Chito's ceiling. I've been telling you guys for 6 months. Chito's ceiling is a top 5 guy. That's it. He will never be a champion. He would get mauled by Merab. He would get mauled by Aldo. And I knew that way before tonight. And that comes from someone who I absolutely love, Chito Vera. Yeah. What do you think Merab would do to him? Merab would absolutely brutalize him. Badly. Shavkat versus Alex Pereira. No, stop. Came late. What was that split? An embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. Chito fought with no urgency. Agreed. 100% Chito fought with no urgency. It was a poor performance for sure. It was a very poor performance. And he lost. And he lost for it. That's the way it is. You fight like that with no sense of urgency, you're going to end up losing. But that split decision was horrible. I've never heard of a guy on a 17-fight finish fight streak that's absolute nutty. That is true. Shavkat's a savage. Shavkat does not beat John Jones. Bro, when I heard split, I legit dropped my phone and it broke it. Yeah, I was shocked. I reacted live on stream. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it at all. It was sad. It was sad. Very, very sad. But that's the way the judging goes. I thought there was a lot of bad decisions tonight that people were just going to focus on that split decision. I thought Albert Duraev, Chidi, and Jaquani was a bad decision. I thought Victor Altamirano versus Vinicius Salvador was a bad decision. I thought Macy Barber, Andre Ali was an outright brutal robbery. Andre Ali won that fight 30-27. Andre Ali won that fight 30-27. And unfortunately, she got robbed like crazy. And Big Dan Miragliotta was the ref in the main event that gave her a 30-27. A 30-27. How do you give her a 30-27? Seriously. I don't get it. If you thought Macy Barber won, just leave, please. Because you're straight up delusional. I can't imagine thinking that Macy Barber won that fight. She lost. All she did was hit air. It's a horrible performance. Cheetah really needs to change his style. He relies too much on his power. Agreed. He's going to have to be more active and throw more combinations. Yeah, you lost money on Andre Lee. I had a parlay, $5 to win 100. That was Cory by decision, Andre Ali by decision, and Holly Holm by decision. And I would have won. It was $5 to win 100. And unfortunately, I lost it. And I think I had one more parlay. Just for the hell of it. Let's see what it was. I forgot. I had another one that was like really close. So I had a a 6-leg parlay that had Manel Kopp, Chidi Njokuani, Macy Barber, Nate Landwehr, Holly Holm, and Cory Sandhagen. So Chidi Njokuani in that one. But Macy Barber shouldn't have got the win. Yep, but that's the way it goes. That's great. I had a bet on Cory Sandhagen by decision. Though. On the bright side. On the bright side. I did not watch Plant versus Benavidez. Would John Jones be able to defeat Yan, Yuri, and Jamal? Yes, he would have. He would destroy him, I think. They would have been interesting. It would have been interesting. Like Yuri versus Jones would have been interesting. Nah, Macy did not win the last round. I don't agree. I don't agree that Macy won the last round at all. She barely landed anything. She was smacking up air. But I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and rehash that. It was a robbery. Either way, Andre Lee won the first 2 rounds. Even if you want to say Macy got the third. What's your take on Nate Landwehr's performance? It was a solid performance. He went out there and got the finish. Is he ever going to be a champion? Is he ever going to be a contender? No. Absolutely not. Never going to be a contender. Never going to be somebody that we look at as, oh, could this guy make a run? No. But he's a Darren Elkins. He's a Darren Elkins 2.0. That's essentially what he is. I hate to say it. He's a Darren Elkins 2.0. You know what's funny? I don't even know who. I couldn't pick Benavidez or Plant out of a lineup. Is Dan Murgulata a worse ref or judge? Judge for sure. But he's a bad ref too. 100% a bad ref too. But to give 30-27, don't you think it's crazy Vera called Sterling a weight bully, but he was Sandhagen size in the cage? I don't know. Aljo is pretty big for the weight class, but I don't believe in the whole weight bully argument ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't believe in the whole entire weight bully argument. I just don't buy it. And I never have. I just said never have bought it. What is going on here? Holy crap. Jeez Louise. Okay. I hope this stream doesn't mess up my post-fight. So make sure you guys go watch the post-fight tomorrow. Don't you think... Okay, read that. All judges through tonight. Yeah, but they were horrible. All of them were horrible. For sure. Atrocious judging for sure. Sandhagen called Islam a weight bully. Why is Sandhagen even talking about Islam? Sandhagen looks worse at striking recently. Do you think it's because of the wrestling, or do you think he's just older? I thought his striking didn't look as good tonight. I think it's just because he was mixing in the takedown. I think it's because he was mixing the takedown. So 2 of Barber's wins has come via controversial splits. Great, yeah. Macy Barber's a bum. For some reason, she just keeps getting controversial splits. I mean, she lost tonight. But she also lost to Miranda Maverick, too. So instead of losing 4 out of her last 6, she's won her last 4 straight. I mean, she knew. She knew she lost, and that's why she came out and said, I thought I did enough to win. I thought I did enough to win. I'm just happy we're on the road to UFC 287. I can't believe Pereira's already cutting weight. This card is beautiful. It's an absolute beauty. An absolute beauty. Your reaction to the split decision was hilarious. No problem. Holloway versus Allen, and how does Jorge do against the top 10? Jorge gets mauled by most of the top 10. Holloway versus Allen, I'm leaning. My early prediction was Allen, but I'm starting to switch back to Holloway. I'm about to switch back to Holloway. Pereira going to sleep, is he? We'll see. I think they're both going to make adjustments, and it's going to be interesting to see who wins the rematch. Sad part about Barber's going to be in a title eliminator next. Hopefully she gets eliminated. Yeah. Booker against Aaron Blanchfield. God, you know who also I'm tired of seeing fight? Michelle Watterson. She's on 287. What a mood killer. I mean, she's so annoying. Her striking is horrible, and people act like she's good. But that's the way it works, I guess. It's crazy that Chris Lee and Saul D'Amato are the voices of reason. Whatever happened to Amanda Fuhrer? I think she has an injury. Vera has crocodile skin too. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know how he doesn't show any damage. He never shows any damage at all. I don't know how that's possible, but that's just the way it goes. Vera does not wear any damage on his face. That's a good point. Cory versus Merab, who wins? I'm going Merab right now. I think Merab is just going to crowd him too much. He's not going to be able to get his striking off. I think that's what happens. I mean, but Cory Sandhagen, if he can make him pay with knees and uppercuts, and he can really circle well, he could win. He could win. Chris Barnett versus Chase Sherman in some high-level MMA. Yeah, why isn't that on the main card? That should be above Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal for sure. I'm probably picking Chris Barnett. Chase Sherman's horrible. Dana White privilege, yeah. Thoughts on Caitlin Chukagian? She's a good fighter. She's boring, but she's a good fighter. Is Grasso an easier matchup for Blanchfield? Yes. I think Blanchfield could dominate her in the grappling. I think she could take her down and beat her up. I'd pick Blanchfield over Grasso right now. Gun to my head. I'm going Blanchfield Grasso. Mr. Patty. Yan or Cheeto? Honestly, I got Yan by domination. I would take Yan. Tori, thank you for the $20 super chat. Hey, MMA Joey, what's up, bro? I tried to watch your live stream at the same time I tried to watch ESPN, and somehow my connections were lacking. So I'm glad I caught you now after I just watched boxing. You caught me now. Thank you for the $20 donation, man. You're always throwing out the super chats. I greatly appreciate you. This is the MMA Joey After Dark stream here. Thank you, my friend, for the $20 super chat. I greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you for the donation. You've been donating a lot recently, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Tori Vitello from Queens, New York. Cheeto Vera could be on the run from the FBI. He always has a different look. That is true. That is very, very true. Cheeto looks different from year to year. Cheeto looks very different year to year. It's so weird how much he's changed. I just think it's weird. He looks like such a badass, but his name's Marlon. Like, if you just single out the first name, Marlon. How are you a badass with the name Marlon? That's the worst possible first name. Macy Face was defeated and Faber was cheering, saying she won. Faber's fighters seem to get robberies for some reason. Vera versus Yudong. Phillips versus Paiva. Macy versus Maverick. And now Macy versus Lee. You ain't wrong. Astoria Queens. Yeah, Astoria's Queens. No problem. Thank you, my friend. I don't think I've ever thought about Caitlin Chukagian ever in life. Well, now you have. What does everyone think about Caitlin Chukagian? Can't wait for her next fight. Hopefully she gets a big fight next. Hopefully she gets a big fight next. I can't wait. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be an absolute barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. Year to year, more like fight to fight. He looks similar in his last 2 fights. Joe, I know you don't smoke, but hit imaginary dude, brother. Why? But yeah, that is an interesting prospect that a lot of Faber's fighters have gotten robbery wins. Faber loves it too. Something fishy going on with the UFC. Must be looking after him. I don't know, man. I'm not going to buy that deep into the conspiracy. But it doesn't look good for sure. It doesn't look good. And these decisions are just ruining the sport, man. I don't care about Macy Barber, Andre Lee. I'm happy that Tony Kelly gets pissed off about this. You know, he probably goes out and, starts slinging out racial slurs. That sounds like the type of guy Tony Kelly is. He's a piece of shit. And, maybe he gets arrested tonight and they throw him in jail for a while. But the fact that we're having fights and we don't even get the true winner from the judges is ridiculous. Dan Murgliata with a 30-27 deserves to be smacked upside his bald head. It's a downright shitstorm. It's a downright shitstorm. I have no idea why Cory didn't call out O'Malley instead of Merab. Respect to him, though. I know he should have called out O'Malley. He should have said, "Hey, O'Malley, you little bitch. You gonna sit out and wait for a title shot or actually fight someone and try to get a win? You robbed Piotr Yan. Get an actual win." I think Caitlin fights Santos and gets stopped. You think so? You think so? I don't know. Bryce Mitchell versus Jonathan Pierce. Does JSP stand a chance? I think Thug Nasty can out-grapple him. Yeah, the Thug Nasty will probably out-grapple him. Vera's cardio is so great because he doesn't move. That is true. He was just accepting the bottom position over and over and over again. Like, he didn't... Like, up until, what was it, the 5th round, he had no urgency to try to get up off the bottom. Apparently, Alex Pereira had a seizure. That's crazy. He said it had nothing to do with his weight cut. I would like to see Vera versus Yanez if he beats Rob Font and that be action-packed. I don't know. Vera doesn't seem to be very action-packed lately. But I would hope so. I would very much hope so. It would be action-packed, but I don't trust that it would be. Vera just seems like uninspired lately. But yeah, his cardio is so good because he's not throwing any strikes. Tonight he didn't throw nothing. Vera was getting ready for a 6, yeah. Come on, the Font fight was action-packed. I mean, he dropped Font quite a bit, but he still wasn't throwing a lot of volume. And I was exaggerating, dude. I was kind of being a little bit sarcastic. So calm down. Pump the brakes on that. I'm a big Cheeto fan. But yeah, I mean, he's always had those types of issues where he starts off slow. And even, I mean, look, what was he doing the last 10 seconds? Why wasn't he doing that for 24 minutes? Like what he did in the last 10 seconds pissed me off even more. How do you have the energy to throw like crazy for 10 seconds, but you lost the entire fight and you didn't do nothing about it? Font has no chin. I wouldn't say he has no chin, but his chin definitely isn't good. His chin definitely is not good at all. That's why I'm tentative to pick Yanez, but I don't know. I think it's a massive step up for Yanez. I can't imagine any of the strikers in the top 10 can get past Merab after the Yan fight. It's hard to see past him. Yeah, I think he might beat everyone. I'd probably pick him over Aljo at this point, to be quite honest. Does Cory have pillow fist? I don't think so. I think Cory doesn't have brutal KO power, but I think he has some sting on his punches. I mean, there was a couple times he stung Cheeto. Like, I don't want to say he hurt him or anything, but he got his attention, if that makes sense. Who should Ilia Topuria fight next? Brian Ortega. It should be Brian Ortega. That's the fight to make after this. Or after Topuria's big win over Bryce. He ragdolled Bryce. I knew he was going to whoop Bryce bad. And he did. Outstruck him and ragdolled him on the ground. Yanez sleeps. I'm just going to say that now. You'll thank me later. Maybe, maybe not. Rob Font might just out-grapple him. Vera isn't slow. He just slow pace. He throws one kick and one punch at a time. The only time he didn't fight like that was against Davey Grant. I got to go back and watch that Davey Grant fight. It's been a while since I've seen that. Man, funny how was hype and cry for having a psych degree from Boulder. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw what Cop said. If Perez really had a seizure, that's some bitch shit to say, though. In terms of, what's Cop saying. I think that's an embarrassment. If he really did have a seizure, Cop should be embarrassed of himself. Another man struggling with his health, and you're calling him out for being, basically a pussy. It's not a good look at all. So we'll see what comes out of it. We'll see. Anik was hyping up who? Cory might catch Merab with a knockout knee. Yeah, flying knee. Man, give Ortega a break. He just had a shoulder injury from a freak. Give him a tune-up fight. Dude. Give him a tune-up fight. A tune-up fight. Yeah, I'm losing my voice. That's how much live streaming I'm doing. My voice just cracked because I'm losing my voice a little bit. I'm just a public speaker extraordinaire with these streams. I'm just an absolute madman. I'm just a savage. I'm a maniac. So, the thing is, if you guys are watching them, I'll pop one, all right? If you guys will watch them, I will pop one and stream for you guys. And you guys interact. Pretty cool that the commentary booth name dropped Judge Joel before they went off air. Got to keep those judges accountable. Yeah, the scorecards always come out anyway. That dude's a clown. Somebody needs to smack him and put him in a Boston Crab immediately. Vera versus Sandhagen card was so bad. Yeah, it was horrible. If he really did have a seizure, he needs to retire ASAP. That's not necessarily true. There can be a litany of reasons for seizures. And he can, medicate to avoid those. That is terrifying, though. I mean, having a seizure sounds like the most terrifying thing possible. That's why I'm saying, dude looks like an absolute clown. A cop does, hating on a man that had a seizure, calling him a bitch and stuff. Lucky he didn't have it in the cage. Lucky he didn't have it in the cage. If there's a post-shoe party, it's up in here, okay? Absolute madman? Yeah, I am a madman. We're at 2 a.m. just streaming. I know what you meant, post-show party. But, yeah, I'm just an absolute madman. I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. Ilya versus the other undefeated guy, Movsar Evloev. Yeah, that was a fight that was booked for UFC 270 back in January of 2022. Unfortunately, it did not come to fruition, which really sucked. Which really straight up sucked. What adjustments do you think Vera can make going forward? He's got to have more output. Bare minimum baseline, he has to have more output. You can't just stand there and eat shots. You can't just stand there and eat shots and not throw anything back. Dude's throwing one punch and then just plotting. One punch and plotting. One punch and plotting. Does Sugar make the Cheeto 2 fight or wait out for a title shot? After seeing that performance, Sean O'Malley may be licking his lips at a Marlon Vera fight. I'd probably pick O'Malley in a Marlon Vera rematch. I'd probably pick him in it. The inactivity of Vera, hopefully he gets inspired by this loss, Guys say always they lose fights and come back and learn from those fights. And maybe this is the fight Vera needs to turn into Marlon Vera 2.0. If he has more output, he won't have cardio. That's the reason he has cardio. But we'll have to see, dude. He's going to have to improve his cardio and improve his output then. How do you think Jan matches up with Vera? Jan matches up with Vera very good. I think Jan would smoke him bad. But I thought Jan would smoke Merab bad. So, what a night. Yeah, it wasn't a great night. That's for sure. It's a great day to be alive, though. That's all I know. Every day you wake up and you get out of bed, it's a great day. Yeah, O'Malley's just going to sit out for a year, and then hopefully he ends up getting screwed and doesn't get a title shot. He lost his last fight anyway. He doesn't deserve to fight for a title. Something was wrong with Vera. Yeah, I don't know what it was. But those holes in his game have always kind of been there. Have always kind of been there. So they're just going to continue to be there, I guess. Okay. Like everything we saw tonight and his deficiencies were things we've seen in the past. Were absolutely things we've seen in the past that were always there. So they just looked, the holes just showed even broader tonight. I think Sugar waits. He's probably hoping Cejudo wins because of how small Cejudo is. He'll have to watch the takedowns. Maybe. If Merab stayed still after hitting his head on the lake, the MMA verse would be so good right now. That's a little bit too far. Vera showed he doesn't have the best IQ. That is true. He got exposed by a taller guy with great striking who's in his prime. Not really surprised. I agree. I was pretty confident Cory Sandhagen would get it done tonight. I was pretty confident in that, and that's what happened. And that's what happened. At the end of the day, that's the way it goes. What adjustments would you see Vera needs to work on? He needs to work on improving his output. He needs to work on his technical striking ability. And he needs to work on his takedown defense. Because that takedown defense, it doesn't matter how good his output is. If you don't have good takedown defense, you're not getting by Merab, Cejudo, or Aljo. So, good luck with that. Watch the card with my casual MMA fans, and even they knew Aljo would smoke Vera based off tonight. Yeah. I've been saying that for a while. I've been telling you guys since I saw him fight Frankie Edgar. Vera versus Jan is stylistically a good fight. I mean, Jan might slow down at times and medium pace too, but he throws and would be Vera. Yeah, I think Jan would out-grapple him, honestly, if he needed to. Vera should not be taken down by Cory Sandhagen. You know who would smoke Vera again, even though he didn't technically win the first fight? Or he technically did win the first fight, but he shouldn't have been a win. I think Song Yadong would beat him again. I think Song Yadong's better than Marlon Vera. Not to mention, Sandy's a tough guy to finish. He's got a great chin and is hard to hit. Agreed. He's got to get inspired. He's got to go out there, get inspired. He's got to stuff takedowns and make guys pay. Make guys pay when they shoot on him. Vera should have just rushed him in round 5. Yeah, like he did the last 10 seconds. Should have done it for the last 24 minutes. I actually thought Song won that fight. It's been a while since I watched it, but I thought Vera should have got the win. But you get my point nonetheless. I think Song would beat him again. The fight certainly made Yadong look good secondhand. I think Yadong looked very good in the Cory Sandhagen fight, to be quite honest. I thought he looked very good in the Cory Sandhagen fight. Even though he lost, it was a good performance. He looked fast. He had good takedown defense. He had good power. He had good shot selection. He was super athletic. He was strong. I think Song Yadong may be a future champion. As crazy as that sounds, if he can build and work on his defensive grappling, I think he can smoke some of these guys because he's very fast and powerful. Vera might move to flyweight. Do you think he can make flyweight, though? I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can make flyweight, to be quite honest. Now, but let's be real. Sandy got sandblasted. 49-46 Cheeto. Yeah, right. You're smoking crack. I think Sugar waits now. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Tommy? I don't think it was embarrassing, but it was definitely a lackluster performance for sure. It was definitely a lackluster performance. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Yes, exactly. Yadong's super young. Song Yadong, only 25 years of age. He may one day be rocking the black and gold Venom gear befitting a champion. And why do we keep calling Cory Sandhagen Sandy? I'm dying with that shit. Calling him Sandy. But I don't think Vera's going to move to flyweight. I don't think that's a real possibility. What do you think of both guys weighed? What do you think both guys weighed during the fight? 150, I would guess. I'd probably guess 150. Damn, those crews with the chin would have shut out Cheetah like Cory. If Cruz wouldn't have got caught, he would have won too. Probably. He probably would have won, to be quite honest. Ooh. My eye is itching. Who do you got in Yadong, Simon? I got Yadong first round. Okay, I'm taking Yadong. I'm very high on Yadong at this point in time. Aljo weighs like 160, 165. Makes sense. Joey, what's your length and girth measurements? Ask your mother. I don't know how Holm is still chasing a title, but more power to her. She's old as shit. And somehow she just keeps finding the ability to win fights, I guess. But I expected her to win this fight. But yeah. Everything Vera throws looks like it hurts. His elbows are like knives. How did Cory get cut? Cory got cut by downward elbows. Still pissed we didn't get to see Cop. I know. Apparently Alex Pereira had a seizure. But yeah. Is Cyber the dude asking you what your definition of hung was? Probably. Probably for sure. Weirdo. For sure. Macy Barber versus McCain. Who's McCain? I don't even know who you're talking about. Holm breaks through at 42. Oh my God. Imagine we have to hear that line again. What a sham that would be. What an absolute sham that would be. I'd be devastated if we had to hear that again. Holly Holm breaks through at 42. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Please, no. Absolutely not. I couldn't stomach that. I couldn't stomach that at all. Imagine John Ennick saying that as she somehow beats Amanda Nunes. Can you rank the top 3 most skilled bantamweights? Top 3 most skilled bantamweights. I don't know anymore. If I had to pick who I think wins against everyone, I go Merab is number 1. Piotr Jan is number 2. Aljo is number 3. And then that's it. That's my 3. That's my top 3. They said the seizure is not because of a weight cut, but it seems unlikely that Perez would come into a fight with a known medical issue. You never know. It could have just been random that popped up. It could have been random that just something that popped up. The Merab effect is a real thing. That it is. That it is. Yeah, Merab is the best 35er in my opinion. Merab is definitely the best 35er right now. Just the way he just swarms guys. I mean, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but it's effective. And that's all that matters is that it's effective. If it's effective and he wins fights, then so be it. That's the way it is. Merab has the energy level of a teenage boy in an adult body. I guess so. I know I heard your opinion on Moicano versus Armin, but is your opinion still the same? Yeah, I think Armin wins, and I'm disappointed that Armin's not getting a bigger step up in competition. Like, not that I don't think Moicano's good, but Armin deserves a big fight. Deserves a big fight for sure. Imagine if Pena beats Nunes in a trilogy. They better not even book that trilogy. I don't know, even though Nunes dominated Pena in the second fight, she took a lot of damage and was hesitant to go finish her, even though she kept dropping. That'd be embarrassment. That would be an absolute embarrassment. I'd be devastated if Pena wins. Pena's my least favorite fighter. Next time someone asks me which fighters I don't like, make sure to remind me of Juliana Pena. Sandhagen versus Merab would be very high level. It'd be very interesting. Can Sandhagen make him pay? Sandhagen put that pace on Vera tonight. Yeah, he was out striking him. I mean, even if there was no grappling, I think Sandhagen still wins. That's what's crazy. I think Merab beats Aljo. I agree. I agree 100%. What's up, Seal? Who's Nunes fight next and win? Probably Irene Aldana. Honestly. Probably Irene Aldana. That's what I'm thinking. We need to see how Umar looks. I know nobody wants to fight Umar. It's annoying as hell. Why isn't Umar getting a big step up in competition? Like, seriously. He needs to fight like Dominic Cruz or even Merab. Or book Umar versus Sean O'Malley. I know it's never going to happen, but I'd like to see it booked. I'd like to see it booked. The failed takedown attempts of Merab are all designed for his ultimate lopsided victory. Agreed. Agreed 100%. It's a game plan that he has. And it works. And it works, guys. He just drains guys with constant takedown attempts. Even if you can defend his takedowns, if you can't strike as he's rushing on you nonstop, you can't win. Weren't they going to try to make Aldana fight for 285 or I'm crazy? I think they were. You got to think of Aljo's BJJ of his back. He won't be worried about the takedown. Bet Aljo subs him all the time. I don't know. Who does Jan fight next? Probably Marlon Vera. I would say. Probably Marlon Vera. I would guess. What's up, Kratos? Appreciate you joining us. I hope you are doing well. We decided to jump on for another stream. Francisco Trinaldo versus Islam. Who is uglier striking, Pena or Ben Askren or Michael Chiesa or Bilal Muhammad? Definitely not Bilal Muhammad. Chiesa's bad, Askren's bad, but I think Pena takes the cake. But it might be Askren. Askren might have worse striking than Pena. Alex or Izzy? I'm probably going Izzy. I think Sandhagen mixed the martial arts very well. I believe he did as well. We didn't account for C-level Cory Sandhagen tonight. That's what we didn't account for. He looked good. He looked very good. I don't know how we've already gone an hour on stream. I truly don't know how that's even possible. But yet, here we are. How is that physically possible? I don't know. I can't believe it. We've gone 1 hour. Dude, I feel like you've streamed 56 nights in a row. I would love to know that how many times. When's the last time I missed a stream? I think earlier this week I didn't stream. I might stream tomorrow, but then next week I'm going to try to start pumping out videos. Just pumping them, and pumping them. Pumping you guys with nothing but videos left and right. Why is he? I don't know, because he's won the majority of all, 3 combat sports competitions they've had. The last fight he was going to win on the judges' scorecards. The fight before that, he almost finished Alex Pereira. The fight before that was a robbery he should have won, and kicked both those in kickboxing. So I just think he's got to make minor adjustments, and I just think he's got to avoid the power of Pereira, which is easier said than done. But if he avoids the power of Pereira, I think he wins. And also, he has the ability to stop Pereira, too. He almost finished him. Raquel Pennington is closer to a title shot than Aldana. Wouldn't be surprised if they match him up for a title shot. But Pennington already fought. What happened at the fights? Did Cheeto get absolutely dominated? Kind of, but not really. I mean, I wouldn't say it's an absolute domination. Like, dominate, I consider like 10-8 rounds, but he lost every round. But they were mildly competitive outside of the first two. But he lost. I'm glad we have an off week as well. Good morning from Germany. Do you think Nate Landwehr could be a star? I do not think he could be a star, but I think he could be kind of like a popular within the hardcore MMA community. But good morning, Global MMA. Good morning. Where was Perez? Apparently he had a seizure. He had a seizure. But we have gone a full hour. I have a post-fight out on the channel, guys. I'm going to go get some sleep. We streamed again and again and again. I'll probably stream tomorrow. I have a video coming out tomorrow about 287. But do me a favor, guys. If you can really do me a favor. Oh, Tori. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Now I got to stay here for a few more minutes because Tori's sending out super chats. Asking questions. Thank you for the $10. Any thoughts on Tom Aspinall? If I haven't heard his next fight's being official. Apparently he's cleared to go. And the rumors are I believe it was a Marcin Tybura fight. I believe it was a Marcin Tybura fight that they were talking about. That's not necessarily something I'm dying to see, but it's a winnable fight for Tom Aspinall. But that's the rumored fight. That is the rumored fight. But thank you for the $10, Tori. And I'll stay on for like another 10 minutes anyway. I feel like I owe you guys now. Yeah, it was 50-45 in my opinion. Yeah, Aspinall-Tybura is the fight that looks like it's going to happen. They're kind of they're easing Aspinall back into competition. They want to build him. They're building him up. Round 3 and 5 were close. I don't think 5 was that close, but 3 was close. Don't worry, bro. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes now. I feel obligated. I don't mind. What's another 10 minutes at this point? Tom Aspinall versus Ty would be nice. That's the fight that I kind of wanted to see. That's the fight that I wanted to see. Did Cheetah look fat? Nah, I didn't think he did. He always looks the same in terms of his body composition. Tybura is such a step down in competition. I know, I'm sad we didn't get to see Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades play out. That was really disappointing that we didn't get to see that play out. If Izzy beats Alex, they'll technically be 2-2. Even on paper, it's 3-1. But if you know, you know. Technically, they'll be 1-1, in my opinion. In my opinion, they'll be 1-1 because we're talking MMA. We're talking MMA. But yeah, I'm happy for the break in MMA because I need to work on 287 videos. I can't be bogged down by certain things. And like a terrible fight card coming up. I just can't be. Tasha at least come back about a month after IFW. I don't know what's IFW. I don't know. But yeah, I think Tom Aspinall will come back, smoke Marcin Tybura, and then he'll be right back in the fold. He will be right back in the fold. Alexander Rachmaninoff has to be the worst heavyweight striking. I think you're saying Romanov. Yeah, he's garbage. Dude's garbage. No stamina either. Absolutely no stamina either. He shouldn't rush back. Apparently he's healthy. What'd you think about CJ running the cage and only one judge giving the first round 10-8? That's crazy. The running was just embarrassing. The way he ran, I would never want to. I'd cut him. If I was Dana, I'd cut him. I don't care he came back and got the win. I'd cut him from the organization. CJ Vergara should be embarrassed of himself. CJ Vergara should be embarrassed of himself. Absolutely embarrassed of himself. The way you turned your back on another man and sprinted. And sprinted as far away from him as possible. That's crazy to me. That's absolute insanity to me. Straight up insanity Could not believe what I saw. And, yeah, that's what happened. Dude just turned his back and was just booking it. Just booking it. For like 30 seconds. That shit was wild. I can't believe he did it, to be honest. I truly can't believe he did that. He ran for his life. You would have thought the guy he fought had a gun. He ran like his life depended on it. And I understand he went to recover. But yeah, imagine your kids watching. I would have rather got KO'd. Imagine your kids watching that. UFC should never cut the guy. That would be a perfect comeback fight for Tom. So smoke. Yeah, that's weird that he loses 4 in a row and they don't cut him. But then he wins a fight and then they do cut him. It's weird. He came back and beat the break. I don't care, dude. He sprinted for his life. He sprinted for his life. I'll never forget that as long as I live. As long as I live. Yeah, Augusto Sakai got cut. He wins his last fight against Dontel Mays and gets cut afterwards. But yeah, CJ Vergara was without a doubt one of the most wild thing I ever seen on a UFC card. Tabor would have been the perfect comeback fight for Gane grappling-wise. Dude, Gane has no grappling. I don't ever want to see him fight. Dude, I don't even favor him against anyone anymore. He loses the Spivak, in my opinion. He loses the Spivak. Yeah, Ty needs some time off after getting brutalized so many times. But all right, guys, I am going to get out of here. Do me a favor. Check out the post-fight. I would greatly appreciate it. We went over an hour. We've streamed like 5 hours earlier. I'm actually getting tired of sitting in this chair. I am going to go to sleep. Thank you guys for joining me. Like the stream. Do me a favor. When you go to the post-fight, watch it in its entirety. Like it and comment on it. Boost it in the algorithm. It's a great post-fight. That's what my girlfriend does when she annoys me. Pause. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. But look at Tori, dude. He's trying to entice me right now. Thank you, Tori, for the $10. Joey, I just don't like Patty, bro. He should get a real fight from that robbery. Thanks for the extra time, bro. No problem, my friend. Yeah, I don't like Patty either. Patty. What is it? Now everyone's going to start donating like $5 or $10. Be like, come on, Joey, stay on for 30 more minutes. I don't like Patty either. After that robbery win over Jarrett Gordon, it was embarrassing. And I want to see him fight an actual challenge. I would like to see him fight an actual challenge. But I think the UFC is going to give him like an easy layup in his next fight. I genuinely believe they'll give him like an easy layup in his next fight. And it's not going to be super compelling. It's going to be a fight that he can easily win. Let me look up and give you a guess. MMA World Rankings. They're going to give him an easy fight next. I hope they don't give him Tony. It looks like Tony versus Kevin Lee is going to happen. So they'll give him somebody like... I mean, it's crazy because they'll probably give him like Jim Miller maybe. I wish they'd give him Ismail Bonfim. I wish they would give him Ismail Bonfim. But they're going to give him someone like Claudio Puelles or potentially Tony Ferguson. Can you imagine what Guram Kutateladze would do to him? Dude, Guram Kutateladze would body him. So it's either going to be like Clay Guida, Claudio Puelles, Jim Miller, or Tony Ferguson would be my guess. That's what I think they would do. If it was up to me, I'm booking him against Guram. I'm booking him against Grant Dawson. I'm booking him against Joel Alvarez, something like that. That's what I would like to see, my personal preference. Because I genuinely, I don't say this very often, but I genuinely think Patty's a straight up fraud. Patty is a fraud. Dude lost to Jarrett Gordon, clear as day. He got out-wrestled by Jordan Levitt. Jordan Levitt's a small lightweight, and he came back and won. He almost got finished by Luigi Vendramini. Paddy's a fraud. The UFC's babying him, but they can only baby him for so long. They can only baby him for so long. They can only protect him for so long. And I think maybe one more fight, 2 more fights, they protect him. Maybe 3 max. They try to give him easy matchups. But eventually he's going to have to fight a Jalen Turner or a Joel Alvarez or a Guram Kutateladze. And guess what? He's going to get brutally slaughtered. Because I don't see Paddy Pimblett ever being the elite of the elite. I don't see Paddy Pimblett ever being a top 10 fighter. I don't even believe Paddy's a UFC caliber fighter. I think he's a garbage can in disguise. And the UFC kind of selective matchmaking kind of try to make him look good. And he still hasn't even looked good. They've literally selected, matchmaked him to get him easy wins. And he's had difficult with those wins. He's not UFC caliber. And if he is, he's bottom of the barrel, garbage can UFC caliber. Nate ran for his life from Jorge's flying knee. Yes. Remember Nick quitting against Robbie Lawler, but nobody wanted to say that? Nobody wanted to say that at all. I hope they don't give him an easy fight. Yeah, me neither. Jai Herbert versus Paddy Pimblett ain't bad. I think Jai Herbert even would be too much for Paddy. I think Jai Herbert would beat Paddy Pimblett bad. Don't forget Vargas dropped him. I agree. That did happen as well. I don't know why I said I agree, but I remember is what I meant. Rodrigo Vargas. Kazula Vargas dropped him as well. I also think Ian Gary might be a fraud. Dude was getting pieced up by what's his name with the dreadlocks. I can't remember his name in his UFC debut. Jordan Williams, maybe. But we're going to find out. Ian Gary's at least taking a subtle step up in Daniel Rodriguez. I think Daniel Rodriguez is on the decline a bit. But I do believe that Ian Gary, that's at least a quality fight for him there. A quality fight for him to kind of find out where he stands in general in the welterweight division. And I think it's a decent fight. I think it's an interesting fight. I think it's a compelling fight. And I'm happy to see him get that step up in competition. And I think he beats Daniel Rodriguez. I'm not super high on Daniel Rodriguez. So I think he may beat Daniel Rodriguez. I prefer them just booking Tony Paddy instead of feeding him to Lee, who is more dangerous. Tony has a real chance of getting Gillespie style knocked out. Please no. Kevin Lee looked horrible against Diego Sanchez, so I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope that that's not the case at all. But I don't even care to see Lee either versus Ferguson. I get your point. People up at these Cage Warriors champion, half of them ain't that good. Dude, Cage Warriors gets the most biased. Cage Warrior champions get the most biased for sure. People hype them up constantly. It's because they want the next UK superstar. Ian Gary, Jack Della Maddalena. Yeah, I mean, that's the fight I wanted after UFC 286. That's the fight I was kind of wanted. I thought D-Rod was going to get matched up against Wonderboy, but it's Gary, and it's a good scrap. I agree. Paddy lightweight champion going to knock Islam down. Could you imagine? Dude would get absolutely mauled. Badly. By Islam Makhachev. He wouldn't even stand a chance. Imagine what Guram would do to him. Even Joe Alvarez, I think, would smash him bad. Assuming you probably answered this question already, but thoughts on Dana doubling down? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. The MMA media is just spineless. Well, why doesn't Colby deserve a title shot? He's 2-2 in his last 4 fights with 2 title shots. He's been out for over a year, sitting out, turning down fights. He's on a 1-fight win streak against a guy who's not even in the top 15, or not in the top 10. And he has 0 current wins over top 15 talent in his entire career. 0 wins over current top 10 talent on his entire MMA career resume. So don't ask me why the media is so spineless they couldn't push back a little bit. They couldn't push back. But no, they just take everything Dana says. I genuinely believe Kamaru Usman was injured. And he was thinking about pulling out, and Colby saved the day. I think Colby saved the day, and that's why Dana was so adamant. But I just don't understand why the media is so scared of him to push back. They were like, well, some of the fans are saying, no, just say it. Just say it already and stop being a chicken shit. Push back on Dana. If he bans you, so be it. But I understand they're in a tough spot because Dana's such a sensitive little, most sensitive guy I've ever seen in my entire life. But nonetheless, you get the point. It's just embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment. And undeserved title shot after undeserved title shot. I think Leon will eventually take the fight. I think the UFC will offer it to him and he'll take the fight and he'll say, well, that's what the UFC wanted. That's what the UFC wanted. And that's what they're going to get. I'm going to mess up. And look at Dana already delegitimizing his champion. He's like, yeah, I don't think Leon wants to fight him because he's a wrestler. And he just fought Kamaru Usman twice. I just wish he wouldn't be begging for that Masvidal fight. It discredits it. Yes. Exactly. The media that are asking about it, or they're like, why don't you want to wait to see what happens in Masvidal Burns? Like, shut up. Shut up. Bilal deserves a title shot. If Bilal doesn't get the title shot, Shavkat gets the title shot. It's annoying. It's annoying. Kevin Holland needs this win. Yeah, that he does. He probably will get it, Earthrocker. Earthrocker, how long have you been subscribed to the channel, dude? That's the real question. That's the real question. Is that you in your picture? I'm curious. Is that you in your picture or no? I'm genuinely curious, Earthrocker. Yeah, that Kevin Holland has 17 UFC fights in the last 5 years, and other guys have 4 or 5. Dude, Kevin Holland, you've been around since the inception. What was the first? Do you remember like the first like kind of like, or what time? Around what time did you find the channel? Like, was it around UFC like 262, 261? I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious. To be fair to Leon, he's been wanting to fight a politician for a year. Yeah. I had Vergara to get the first submission win, but he didn't stick the arm. Didn't stick to the arm triangle. That sucks. That had to hurt because it looked deep too. Holland stopped Santiago. Yeah, I'm probably picking Holland after I seen that Alex Morono fight. After I seen that Alex Morono fight, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where he doesn't get it done. You know, because he was getting clipped up by Alex Morono on short notice. So, what do you think is going to happen in a in a fight against Kevin Holland, who's kind of a slick striker? Tori, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. What's going on 155, Joey? When do they really think we'll see 155 Makhachev versus someone? It will not happen till October, which will be UFC 293, I believe. They just announced it the other day, but because I'm tired, I can't remember. UFC 294. It will be Islam Makhachev versus, if Beneil Dariush beats Charles Oliveira, it'll be Beneil Dariush. If Beneil Dariush loses to Charles Oliveira, they may do Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier in the summer. Winner fights Islam Makhachev. So we're going to see another Dustin Poirier or Justin Gaethje title shot. If they don't do that, they may do the Charles Oliveira rematch, but I doubt it. I doubt it. So to answer your question, Beneil Dariush is first. Then it'll probably be the winner of a Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier fight. Then it will potentially be Charles Oliveira. Thank you for the $10. I believe that's what will happen. And Islam's not fighting until October, which really is unfortunate because that's 7 months away. It's literally 7 months away. I guess 6 months. Well, is it at the end of October? Yeah, it's at the end of October, so it's 7 months away. Very unfortunate. But thank you for the $10, Tori. I greatly appreciate your kindness. Holland beats Ponzinibbio, in my opinion. His style matches up well, and Santiago isn't anything special in the feet. Yeah, I agree. I think Holland's just long, powerful, and yeah. The first clip I seen was the Holland Vettori prediction. That's crazy. That's like one of the first videos. Let me go look at when that was. Videos. I'm scrolling all the way back to its inception. That's crazy if you're right. Isn't it weird? I always wonder what people think who have been for the channel. That was the first, second, third, fourth. That was the 5th video I ever did on the channel. 5 minute and 24 second. I didn't know how to do a prediction video at that point in time. I don't like Cheeto. He's mad rude and he rushes to be kind when he loses. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's necessarily rude. What's next for Cheeto? Piotr Jan. Sorry I'm late. No problem. We're all late. Dude, shut up. Calm down. Joey After Dark is a full go now. If you're driving, turn on your car radio. Yeah. MMA Joey After Dark. Welcome. What will Anik say if Holly breaks through at 42? He'll definitely say, Holly Holm, the preacher's daughter, breaks through at 42. She turns back the clock. At 42 years of age, she is your new and 2-time women's bantamweight champion. Call her the preacher's daughter. Something corny like that. Dude, that would be horrific. That would be horrific. It should be really Islam versus Beneil. That is true. That is true. The preacher's daughter preaches at 42. That's funny. That is actually really funny. It should really be Islam and yeah, I agree. Beneil kind of deserves it, but I do understand. His best win's Tony Ferguson. I guess Mateusz Gamrot's solid too. Because now Islam is fighting less, I agree. It sucks. Thank you, no problem. Conor McGregor. Yeah, who knows? McGregor might chin Chandler and slide in for a title shot. Whoa, balls. If Holly somehow wins the title, I wouldn't be surprised if Dana says she's the best female fighter of all time. You know how he is, yes. She's not once. Joe Rogan would be like, Holly Holm, the two-time bantamweight champion. She dethroned Ronda Rousey with a brutal head kick. And then many years later, 7-8 years later, she comes back and recaptures her throne. She is not once in a lifetime. She is not once in a generation. She is once ever. And her striking brought tears to my eyes. That would be Rogan. Being a fan of both fighters, who would you rather see win the belt against Islam, Dustin or Justin? I'll say Dustin, but I don't know. I like both guys. I never watched Tough. Is Conor versus Chandler outcome going to be on their record? Yes. They'll fight live on a pay-per-view. They're not going to fight on The Ultimate Fighter. It's only the people who are competing on The Ultimate Fighter that their fights count as exhibitions. Conor and Chandler aren't even having that type. They're not fighting on The Ultimate Fighter. They will fight at a pay-per-view after The Ultimate Fighter airs. You know what I mean? Just like the two finale fighters, they fight on the definition. Yeah, that'll definitely be Rogan. Yeah, he'll be like, she is a once ever. She is one. Did you see what she did to Betch Kohea? And you know what kind of striker Betch Kohea is. She's an absolute berserker. Oh, now I hit my mic and messed up my microphone. That's crazy. That's crazy. She's an absolute berserker. But yeah, that's the way it is, my friend. That's the way Rogan is. He's a straight up madman. And he just talks that shit. He talks that shit. Okay, let's see what we got here. Make sure I did that right. Alright, I had to respond to some. Favorite season of Tough and favorite Tough moment? I haven't watched The Ultimate Fighter in many years. The only moment that I remember that I enjoyed that I thought was funny is, and I don't even know if I watched the season. I don't think I watched the season. Let me see. Let me see what season it was. Let me see how many seasons he was. Yeah, I didn't even watch the season. McGregor versus Faber. There was a clip that went around online of Faber like flexing in the mirror, and they didn't realize it was like it was a window that you could see out, but you couldn't see in. And he was like flexing and stuff, and they had a hilarious clip of him flexing. So that's a funny moment. That's a funny moment. But yeah, Conor and Chandler will be a normal fight. Joe, what was the name of that new debut fighter from Argentina a few weeks ago? And what do you think about his potential? And I just don't remember his name, but I liked him. I don't remember. I remember an Argentinian fighter, but I don't remember. I'm a little bit brain dead right now. Somebody in the chat will probably know who you're talking about. So once they put it in the chat, it'll refresh my memory. But I can't remember who it is. But thank you again for the $10. Appreciate it. I wonder if Rogan can go an entire event without mentioning calf kicks. No, he definitely cannot. He definitely cannot. Or tie steel cups. Or speculating about an injury. I don't think he can ever go without speculating about an injury. At all. What's up with Gregor Gillespie? He was begging for the carcass of Tony. Then he explains he's out of the rankings due to inactivity 7 months ago and says he'll be back and hasn't. Dude, Gregor Gillespie was just begging for the carcass of Tony Ferguson. And basically, I don't think he's ever returning. I don't think the UFC wants him back. I don't think the fans want him back. And he's already like 36 years old. I know James Lynch has been trying to get an interview with him, and he keeps canceling. I would love to see an interview with him. Dude hasn't fought since May of 2021, coming up on 2 years out. Dude was a ranked lightweight. So my guess, he's out watching NASCAR. He's out, fishing. He's out, doing that type of stuff. And maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he has money. He doesn't want to fight anymore. Dude was making videos begging for Tony Ferguson. Begging for Tony Ferguson. And, yeah. But it was embarrassing when he was begging for Tony Ferguson's carcass. It's unfortunate. Gregor's out on the boat somewhere? Yeah, for sure. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't yet liked the stream, do me a favor and like the stream. Also, double check and make sure you're subscribed. You may be watching the channel, but you may not be subscribed to the channel. So do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, please. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We are sitting at 8,204 subscribers. I'll be releasing my top 3 things I love about UFC 287 tomorrow. My post-fight's already out on the channel. But run up the likes on the stream. We got no likes on the stream. We went for an hour and a half already. It's 3 a.m. You guys want the stream to keep going? Like the stream. Look, we got 46 people in here right now. It fluctuated between 44 and 46, but you get the point. If we get 40 likes on stream, 40 likes on stream, I will make a commitment to go another 30 minutes. 40 likes on stream, another 30 minutes. Like up the stream right now. And if anybody knows that Argentina fighter that Tori was talking about, put it in the chat. Gregor versus Gamrot isn't bad. I think they should punish Gregor with a Jalen Turner fight. That's been my thoughts for a while. Half of the 44 viewers are probably sleeping now. It seems like nobody wants the extra half hour, I guess. Nobody's liking the stream. I think Gregor Gillespie needs to be punished with a Jalen Turner fight. If you're just lurking in this stream right now, half asleep, let me know in the chat. If you're not even sending messages, I need to know. And like the stream while you're at it. But yeah, Gregor Gillespie, he's 36 years old. At lightweight, he's basically dead weight at this point. When's he going to return? I think he'll probably fight again, but he's going to get slaughtered and then probably never return. Because the UFC is going to be vindictive with their matchmaking. I remember when people were trying to argue with me that Cheeto was the hardest hitter at 135 because he fought a bunch of over-the-hill guys. I mean, I think Cheeto definitely has good power at 135. I wouldn't die on the hill that he was the hardest puncher, though, or hardest, striker. Most power. 48-47, Vera. You're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. Prado. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember the UFC talking about him. Was it Francisco Prado? He lost to Jamie Malarkey. I think I thought he won. Let me make sure that's the right fighter. Yeah, it is. It's Francisco Prado. I thought he won that fight against Jamie Malarkey and got robbed. I don't remember which rounds I had what. And I thought it was kind of close. But yeah, I thought Prado won, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm a little bit dazed right now because I've slept. I've probably slept like a total of like 4 hours, 5 hours in the last 48 hours. Yeah, I think he beat Malarkey. I had him beat Malarkey, if I'm remembering correctly. I think I can't remember which rounds I had, though. Let's see what they say. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what he looks like in his next fight. But I thought I remember him beating up Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. What's up, man? Didn't really enjoy the card tonight. I agree with you. Split decision was disfiguring. Disgusting. I agree. Kevin Lee, with his time to rewrite history and right many wrongs against Tony, is so cringy. Yeah. Dude, Kevin Lee just barely beat Diego Sanchez at Eagle FC. I hate Kevin Lee at this point. He's annoying. Cheeto versus Giannis, next fight to make. I agree. Weren't you the guy who popped in when I unbanned everyone and was like, "Am I finally unbanned?" Wasn't that you, or am I mistaken? That just popped into my head when I read your name. Actual crack, Vera couldn't beat him on the ground or standing. Yeah. Worst judge decision of all time. I don't know. There's some bad ones. Ross Pearson, Diego Sanchez was pretty bad. That's probably the worst one. I'll say this, man. Kevin Lee is the nastiest KO of all time. I was there live for that Gregor Gillespie KO. I was there live in the audience watching. Who are your top 3 fighters right now? Not just to watch per se, but overall favorites. I really only have favorite fighters to watch. But Hamzat's one of them. Charles Oliveira is one of them. And John Jones is one of them. And I like how nobody still didn't like the stream. So I guess you guys don't want to go 2 hours. Who are your guys' favorite fighters? Put that in the chat. What are some of your guys' favorite fighters? We talked about this the other night, but I want to say, what are your guys' favorite fighters? It's weird how I just have fighters I like watching. I mean, there's definitely certain fighters that I dislike, but for the most part, I just want to see good fights. I know that sounds crazy for some of you who are like these crazy, like rabbit, like super fans. Yeah, he did lose that fight. Fun fact, the two judges that scored it for Macy Barber, Dan Murgliata, and you guessed it, Frank Collazo, the bum ref for the Fury fight. Embarrassing. Dan Murgliata with a 30-27 deserves to be smacked. Dude was 13-0, 6-0 with the UFC with 5 finished. Then Kevin Lee knocked his head into the third row. Yeah, and then he sat out for a while, and then he came back and fought like one time since then, I think, against Carlos Diego Ferreira, I believe. You got Font or Yanez. I think Yanez will send Font to the Shadow Realm. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one. It's going to be a tough fight to pick. There's a lot of tough fights to pick on 287. I'm going to do my best. Jan's your favorite fighter. Olives, Tony, and Dominic Cruz. Looking back, it may be Barber. Looking back on it, maybe Barber has a dumpy. I don't know what that means. Favorite, Mighty Mouse. And most exciting, Charles. Yeah, my favorite for a while was Jose Aldo. Anderson Silva was my favorite for a while. Habib was one of my favorites for a while when he was the champion. Or before he was the champion, right before. Just the way he fought. I mean, how can you not like watching Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler too? Johnny Bones, Justin Gaethje. Why Colby Covington? Colby Covington's a cornball, but fair enough. Jessica Penne is your favorite, Bitsy? Islam Habib Hamzat. Fair enough. Hamzat, O'Malley, Dustin, Sergey Pavlovich all keep me on the edge of my seat. They all keep you on the edge of your seat, huh? Kane was my first favorite. Anderson Silva was my favorite. I was devastated when he got chinned by Weidman. When he was clowning him and got chinned. That was like the worst night of my life. It ruined everything. I didn't watch any post-fight coverage. I didn't watch anything for like 2 weeks on MMA in general. It hurt. I like Roundtree and I'll go Dober, okay. Volk, yeah, how can you not like Volk? Imagine what Merab could do to Cheetah. I've been saying that forever. He was getting mauled by Frankie Edgar. Let's be real here. Let's be honest here. He was getting mauled by Frankie Edgar. And I don't use that word lately. But he covered it up with a beautifully placed front kick KO. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's life in the fast lane. When who got chinned? I don't even know what you're asking. I think sometimes the refs are judges too. It's not all the time, but it's sometimes. The Texas Commission is horrible. The Texas Commission is absolutely horrible. Like straight up terrible. They don't know what they're doing. Hopefully Macy Barber pops positive for marijuana and they turn it over to a no contest. Although he's foolish, I thoroughly enjoy watching Michelle Pereira. Yeah, me too. He's fun. Sucks because that moment genuinely changed Silva's career. I know, and he was just clowning around. And he got chinned. That hurt. I don't think I've ever rewatched that fight. That was crazy. Dude just clipped him on the chin. And then to add insult to injury, he breaks his leg in the rematch. Herb Dean stepped all over him too. Dude, isn't it weird how everything came around? When Weidman broke his leg. Because Weidman was like celebrating that Anderson Silva leg break. And it all came back to bite him. This picture of Silva is brutal. His leg looks like an S. And Weidman's leg did the same thing. I hated Weidman for a long time. He was my least favorite fighter. But I've forgiven him now. One of these days I'm going to make a video on that. I hate it, Weidman. Dude, when he stepped back on his leg, I'll never wish injury on anyone. But when he stepped back on his leg, that was so nasty, man. It was so nasty. And that's going to change his life. That's going to change his life for sure. I don't know if he'll ever return. Imagine what Pereira would do to Weidman on the feet. Oh my goodness. If he didn't get the takedown quick. Isn't that crazy how something like that can happen? Those brutal compound fractures are so rare. And then the fact that it happens to Silva in 2013. And then when did it happen to Weidman? UFC 2021, right? 8 years later. 8 years later. Karma is after everyone, I'll tell you that much. Dude was taking pictures celebrating that leg check on Anderson Silva. Celebrating that. Celebrating that leg. And just wrapped himself in the American flag and ran around the cage. Just. That shit really rubbed me the wrong way. That pissed me off. I'm like, dude just snapped his leg, has a career-altering injury. A life-altering injury. And you're prancing around the cage draped in the American flag. I remember thinking, I can't wait for this piece of shit to get KO'd. And when Herb wasn't stopping it against Luke Rockhold, I was like, yeah, beat his ass. Whoop his ass. And Luke was just in full mount. Just boom, 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 boom. Horrible stoppage by Herb Dean. Let him get pounded out for so long. And then his dad goes into post-fight, grabs the mic and says, "That's still my boy." And then after he gets brutalized by Luke Rockhold, he fights Yoel Romero. And I believe he was up on the scorecards going into the third round, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. It could have hinged on the third round. And then Yoel Romero lands a flying knee, brutalizes him with ground and pound shots after KOing him with the flying knee. Let me look up pictures of that. Chris Weidman versus Yoel Romero. I remember in a pool of blood on the ground, and I was like, yes. That's what you get, dude. Karma's a bitch. Yeah, dude was in a pool of blood. The knee just brutalized him. Then after Yoel Romero, he fought Gegard Mousasi. Gegard Mousasi damn near destroyed him. I think he was still awake when he got finished. He got destroyed by knees. TKO'd. I think he complained about it. Then he fights Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum, I believe, dropped him early. Thank you, Tori, for the $10 super chat. Yeah, everyone liked the stream. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Then he fights Kelvin Gastelum. I believe Kelvin Gastelum dropped him, but then eventually he submits Kelvin Gastelum. And I was like, damn. If Kelvin Gastelum was bigger, he would have smoked Weidman. It was a size disadvantage. And then he fights Jacare Souza. He's winning. Jacare Souza starts putting on the pressure in the third round. Gets a brutal KO. The way he melted up against the cage. Hit him right on the forehead. Then he fights Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes clips him with a massive right hand. Puts him out. And I'm still like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. And then he fights Uriah Hall. And he snaps his leg. After he gets an ugly win over Omari Akhmedov. And then I can't hate this guy anymore. I got to let this go. Dude broke his leg. That was horrific. I don't wish that on anyone. And I think he suffered enough brain injury. And he suffered a leg injury. And I think he needs to be forgiven. Pereira would KO Weidman with a jab. That is sure. Weidman's break was worse because he stepped back on it. Yeah, dude. It just folded up like a V. Joey, make you a mod now. I swear Chris apologizing to him after and apologized multiple times years after. I don't know, dude. It just didn't. It rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way for sure. The way he was celebrating and just acting like a clown afterwards. Dude, don't be spamming that shit. Come on now. The way he did that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I forgive Weidman. Dude was taking pictures with fans, checking kicks. Dude was really taking pictures with fans checking kicks. And anyone that said anything like, oh, you know, this or that, it wasn't a great look or whatever, or it wasn't a definitive win. He was getting all pissed off, which I kind of get it. But yeah, Weidman thinks he's going to have middleweight championship aspirations. Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? I got to make a video about that one day. When I don't have nothing to make, I'm going to make the video of my hatred towards Chris Weidman. But I forgive him 100%. I have no ill will towards him. I feel terrible that he broke his leg, to be honest. I would never wish that not on a single fighter ever. That's why I make fun of O'Malley. He had no serious injury. JG, thank you for the $10 dono. Every night is red panty night with Joey. That is for sure. We're just racking up the donos tonight, I'm telling you. With Tori just throwing in dono after dono. And now JG jumping in on the action. I'm wondering who's getting in next. Who's got next? As John Anik would say. Big bro, you got next. Appreciate you, my friend. Very, very much. What is going on here? Why is this popping up like this? That's weird. I don't know what's going on right now. That's very weird. But yeah, every night is red panty night. That is for sure. That's for sure. For some reason, it popped up for JG. It popped up JG as if he sent 3 of them just now. But nonetheless, it just came up. I didn't think it was. It was like glitching for a second. But appreciate you, JG. And thank you again, man. This is crazy. This is craziness. Thank you, Tori. Thank you, JJ. Joey, this is, again, my friend. If you don't see me in your lives or videos, that means I'm busy, or you might see me. Just letting you know, I can show up at any time. Hey, man, you're welcome anytime. The streams are always going on. I appreciate you nonetheless. If you're watching the videos, you're watching the streams, even if you watch them after the fact, I appreciate it, man. It helps the channel. Everything helps the channel in terms of the algorithm. So greatly, greatly appreciate you, my friend. I really do. And now JG getting on the action. And the people who were listening to this stream and enjoying this stream, these guys have just been keeping the stream going. Because every time I get a dono, I'm like, I got to go longer. I'm a man of the people here. I'm a man of the people. But if you're here, awesome. If you're not, also awesome. I appreciate you nonetheless. If you're creeping in the shadows. But yeah, did anyone else feel that type of hatred towards Weidman too? Or is it just me? I remember when, what's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It was a Glory kickboxing fighter. I can picture his face. I think he broke his leg, or his opponent broke his leg. And dude got down on the ground and held him and embraced him. Never celebrated, was devastated. Was absolutely devastated. That's how you should act. I'd be devastated. You know, if I'm in a competition and I want to win and some dude really hurts himself, I'm not going to celebrate that at all. I'd be devastated. I'd be pissed that happened. And I forgot what the guy's name is. Somebody's going to know. I'll remember it tomorrow. Some kickboxer's name. He was scheduled to fight Bigfoot Silva at one point, but now I can't remember. Let's look up Tapology. What was his name? Tyrone Small, when he broke his leg, the dude was just embracing him. Yep, against Gohan Saki. Broke his leg right afterwards. It was very soon after the Anderson Silva break. When Holland loses to Ponzi, Holland and Weidman at 185 makes sense. That would make sense. Weidman versus Tavares, I would go Weidman. Thank you, Joey. No problem. You're welcome. Thank you. But did Weidman know the extent of the injury? Dude, I don't care. He was taking pictures with fans checking kicks. Shit was egregious. And maybe I'm dead wrong. But it rubbed me the wrong way. Dude snapped his leg and you're parading around. Look at the way Uriah Hall acted. Look at the way Uriah Hall acted after Weidman broke his leg. Another terrible weekend of refs and judges. Yeah, it's getting old real quick. It's getting old real quick. Can't lie, I was amped when Karma got him against Hall. Like you said, literally paraded around when Anderson was writhing in pain off a check. Yeah. I wasn't ecstatic when he broke his leg. I was just shook. I was shook. I couldn't believe it. Like, what are the chances of that? I wasn't happy. I felt bad for him. But I was like, damn, I got to forgive this man. I've been wishing him brain damage and fight after fight. And I said, I got to let that go. I got to let that go. I got to let it go. What is it? Omari Akhmedov, right? I don't know why you spelled it like that. Oh, Americani hate. I always thought you were talking about the guy Chris Weidman fought. Is overboard though. Dude, I don't like Americani. What he did to Mike Grundy was horrible, but I'm letting it go. I'm starting to let it go. Okay? I'm starting to let it go. But what he did to Mike Grundy, we got justice for Mike Grundy via Jack Shore. So the fact that we got justice for Mike Grundy via Jack Shore is very, very good. I'm very happy about that. So I can kind of let that go at this point. Yeah, you can ask me a very question. Go ahead. Very random question. Ask me. Just ask me, bro. But I'm sure people agree with me with the Americani hate as well. Did Weidman know the extent? I don't know, man. It seemed like he knew, and he was just parading around. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Dude was celebrating even when he was getting his title wrapped around him. I'd have been sick to my stomach if I was him. Even just a stranger. Just a stranger. Like, if some dude bumped into me at the grocery store and I put him in the Boston Crab in retaliation and his leg snapped, I'd feel horrible. Did you see Alex Smith's recovery documentary? Yes, I did. That was craziness. Dude had a horrible injury. They thought he might die, if I remember correctly, or he might get a leg amputation. And that happened on the anniversary of the Joe Theismann leg break. That's crazy. I mean, that makes me think someone's scripting this shit. What did he do to Grundy? Dude, Patty, have you not been watching? Have you not been watching, bro? I've talked about this multiple times. Mike Grundy's dad was terminally ill. He's still alive, but he's dying. And Mike Grundy brought his terminally ill dad to the show in the UK. And he choked out Mike Grundy in the first minute and just dropped his lifeless body. And then Mike Grundy, no, I think he might have tapped. I don't remember. But anyway, Mike Grundy was then cut from the organization. What color did Viviane Araújo wear against Grasso? No Google. I don't know. I'm going to say black. Was there a fight where you thought a fighter took so much damage he'd die afterwards? Anthony Smith against Glover Teixeira was horrific. Weidman against Luke Rockhold was horrific. Yeah. Patty just pops in like, what's going on here? What the hell is going on here? Yeah, I think I'm just going to say black for Viviane Araújo. I don't know, though. I'm not paying attention to what they're wearing against Grasso. No Google. Like, I'm going to Google that. That's not his fault. Did she? I almost said white and black. Might have been white and black. I feel like. There was some black in there. There was some black in there. And there was some silver too. So I don't want to hear shit. That's not his fault. I don't care if it's his fault. I remember I think Tony might die after his fight. Yeah, that was bad. The Max Holloway Calvin Kattar fight was bad. Yeah, you could ask another question, dude. Just send it. The Tony fight against Gaethje was bad. Tony was getting bludgeoned badly. How can you hate Amir Khani for doing his job? Because, man, it's just, I need retribution. I got the retribution from Jack Shore. I can't sleep. I have bad GERD. It's killing me. You take medicine for it? I'm just glad Cheetah's family's okay. What are you talking about? What do you mean his family's okay? Nah, Amirkhani's... Nope. He should have let him win. He should have thrown the fight. Name at least 10 fighters who fought 3 times last year. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure. I think... Did Volkanovski fight 3 times? He fought Korean Zombie and then he fought... Max. Is that in like a bottle you drank, Patty? I'm trying to think. I can't name 3 fighters that fought 3 times last year. I'm trying to think of like notable fighters. Is Kevin Holland one of them? I feel like Kevin Holland's pretty active. I'm looking up names of fighters. I'm looking up the UFC rankings. I'm not looking up their actual careers. Did Israel Adesanya fought at 276? He only fought twice. Dude, I don't know. Brandon Moreno fought 3 times last year, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't, did he? He fought twice. I have no idea. Doctor prescribed it as a capsule. Well, I hope it gets better, my friend. Amirkhani's done. Agreed. Roy after the Lawler fight was bad. Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head for some reason. I feel like maybe Amanda Lemos might have. Who did Usman fight last year? He only fought once last year, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, nobody's super active, to be honest. I did not watch the box. I didn't watch any boxing. I'm not a boxing fan. What ended up happening to Perez? Bro's fights are always getting canceled. Apparently he had a seizure. My friend. Which is sad because Cop was talking mad shit. And dude had a seizure. Let the man rest, alright? Let the man rest. Leave him be. Dude had a seizure. Might have a serious health condition. What's up, everybody? Dude changed his picture. Dude, Flat Earth Casual back in the chat. Has entered the chat. Yeah, but Perez basically had a seizure backstage. Obviously, Cheeto was being blackmailed. They were probably duct taped up in Cologne. Oh, yeah. And was forced to be inactive. Yeah, that's probably it. Or Cheeto's camp just post a massive bet against him. He fought 4 times last year? Okay. Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? I'll say Mortal Kombat. I haven't played a lot of either, to be honest. It's been a long, long time. That sucks having GERD. I used to get heartburn a lot more when I ate hot stuff, but I don't really get it much anymore. Watch me get it tomorrow, by some chance. Watch me get it tomorrow. I like how people are posting pictures of me just freaking out in the live stream earlier. You're older than you look? How old do I look? Let's sit up. All right, guys, how old do I look? If you know, don't say. If you know how old I am, don't say in the chat. But how old do I look? I don't know why I had to stare into the camera to give you guys a clean view. I look 35? That's crazy. That's an insult. That's an insult. I look 31? Jeez Louise. I look 32? I look that old? You guys are lying to me. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Pimlet, Strickland, Hermanson. You guys are lying. That's crazy to me. I hope you guys are kidding. I just turned 23. What a joke. Now I'm going to have to end the stream. I just turned, okay? I was born in 2000, all right? And you guys are calling me 35? Joey, while you're trying to figure out all of that, I might as well send you some love on here, brother. Meaning, I hope your channel gets bigger. The channel will get bigger. I'm not 23? Oh, man. How'd you know I was lying? I'm not. You're right. I just turned 19. Some of you guys know my age. I've told my age openly on here multiple times. But damn. Damn, I look 35 to some people. Constantly growing. I just responded to one of your comments on the channel. Can you go find that and go click on what I sent you, please? This was like 10 minutes ago. So, I wonder if Priest's seizure had anything to do with the weight cut. He said it did not. But thank you again, Tori, for the $10 super chat. Thank you. There you go. I had to give you a good reaction. Yes! Yes! $10 from Tori. All right. Thank you, my friend. I had to give you a good reaction, man. Dude's just sending donos left and right. Would anyone like to compete with Tori before I go? Pro said, Lamal, you're not 23. Do I really look that old? I got to start sleeping more then. If I shaved my face, right? Let me just cover it up a little bit. You guys would, and I slept more and you guys didn't see me like with constant like bags under my eyes. You guys would genuinely think I was like 24 years old. Okay? Imagine me with no beard. And imagine my eyes don't look as drained as they always look because I never sleep. Because I'm basically a psychopath, all right? When I'm not here, I'm out being a serial killer. Glad that card is over. Here we go, UFC 287. I'm excited as well. I'm excited. 287 is going to be amazing. Topuria versus Evil is in the works for UFC 290. Where'd you see that? Yeah, without this facial hair, I look like a young buck. But it's hard. It can't cover the mustache and the beard simultaneously. It's too hard. So, if I shave this beard, I guarantee you guys would think I was like 23. Under which video? I don't know, dude. I just searched your name in the comments. You don't get a notification for that? Reasons I hate UFC 287 was the video constantly growing. 37 minutes ago, I made that comment. Joey, is Jones Gone Watch Along your most viewed video? No. What are you talking about, bro? That's not even my most viewed live stream. My most viewed video is like from 2021. I keep trying to get it out of the top spot, but it's not working. My most viewed video has 53,000 views. It's was Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena rigged? How Nunes lost the UFC millions. 12-minute video, 53,000 views. The other video was right before I got monetized too, which is super unfortunate because I would have made a killing on this video. I got 44,000 views. Sean O'Malley releases phone call that proves Dana White is trying to protect him, I think it is. And then third most viewed video is a video I just did 9 days ago. Conor McGregor exposes massive USADA loophole live on air. Yeah, I haven't heard Evil Ev Topuria, so I'm not going to take that as official. Is it really? Yeah, I just went through. My Jones live stream isn't even top viewed live stream. It's number 7th viewed live stream. 7th viewed live stream. Buddy boy. I hope the channel continues to pop off in the way it has been. I want to get a video to dethrone that top viewed video. I want like a 60K view video. I never expected that video to blow up in the way it did. I never expected that video to blow up in the way it did, and it just blew up. And it popped off crazy. Yeah, but those Instagram accounts are bullshit half the time. I don't believe that bullshit from them fake Instagram accounts. I don't believe it at all. But fair enough. That'd be a badass fight to make. That'd be a badass. That's a fight I wanted to make. We talked about that earlier on stream, to be honest. The real question is how old is everybody watching the stream right now? Put your age in the chat. Your real age in the chat. If you see fit. How old is everyone watching the stream right now? Dude really tried to say I look 50. What a clown. That's not what his mother said. Cruz and Garbrandt 2 is being worked on. Not necessarily. That's just what Garbrandt said. Good old Francis McCaffrey shaping up some black torn. You notice how he said he did it all in one take? He did it all in one take. 32, 23, 31. E. coli popping in the chat. First time I've seen his name all night. Flat Earth Casual says 14. I don't believe that. You're not 14, Flat Earth. I feel like you said your age before and you're like 30. How does it feel at 3:30 a.m. East Coast time? You were watching another grown man online getting pleasure from a grown man at 3:34 Eastern time in the morning. He did it all in how to make a shillelagh all in one take. I'm gonna have to buy me a I'm buying a shillelagh from Francis Yeah, constantly growing. You want me to get a PO box? You know Francis McCaffrey has a shop. You can click on his shop and you can order a shillelagh from him. It's like $130 I think with shipping. So you can start by that. I'm gonna open my PO box. You can start with that. All right, buddy. Yeah, I was on his website earlier. Let me see if I can find it real quick. See if it's saved. Yeah. Shillelagh McCaffrey Crafts. McCaffrey. Yeah, there it is. McCaffrey Crafts. Blackthorn Shillelagh 19 3/4 inch handmade in Ireland. $105 plus shipping. So that can be your first PO box gift. I like how 4 people answered about their age. Weili Zhang signed a thing. Get a PO box. I'll see if he'll do BOGO on shillelaghs and I'll send you one. He's not going to do BOGO, but he'll probably waive the shipping, I would guess. It's $30 for shipping. So you can get 2 shillelaghs here. You want to see the... Look, here's his store, bro. This is the one I want. That's the one I want. McCaffrey Craig. The Blackthorn Shillelagh. Dude, that's funny. Imagine he was willing to do... Imagine he was willing to do a BOGO shillelagh sale. If I get like 50K, I'm going to ask him to send me one as like a... what's the word I'm looking... As like a collab. I want to be a sponsor of McCaffrey Crafts. Dude's making handmade shillelaghs. And I need one. I like how you commented on my live stream from last night. My name is Finley and I like to fight. Dude, how can you forget? Pleasure in the wee hours hit different. Shit, that's a nice stick. Dude, it is. Look at that. I kind of want that. It's beautiful on both ends. Imagine brandishing that. Dude, I'd be proud to brandish that. I would brandish that with pride. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I'll get my P.O. box. I expect you. I want that exact one. All right, send it to me. Oh, my goodness. Ask a UFC question. Thank you for the $5 super chat, dude. The super chats tonight have been crazy. Thank you, Tori, again. Strike fear in the heart of grocery store cashiers. That is true. Dude said IP grabber. Okay. From Astoria, Queens. You reminded us. I keep forgetting the Astoria part. I'll set it for buy one, get one 25% off. That would be sick. Dude, that really would be sick. That really would be sick. Dude, if I will get a P.O. box if you send me a shillelagh. 100%. Imagine just the lols alone. Just the lols alone of getting a shillelagh delivered to my P.O. box is the funniest shit ever. Dude makes a good damn good shillelagh. Do you think we'll ever see title fights headline fight night cards again? Yes, but it has to be the right title fight. One that's not going to draw a lot of interest. And it'll be on like an ESPN card. It'll have to be like a big ESPN card. I'm hoping that Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier headlines like a fight night card. That's what I'm hoping for next. But we don't really have a champion right now that I feel like the UFC can spare in terms of a fight night card over a pay-per-view. I don't feel like they have that right now. It would have to be a women's fight, and that's not even going to draw good ratings on ESPN. The thing is, there's this balancing act between finding a champion that's not going to draw big pay-per-views, but will get decent views on ESPN, and that's what it's going to have to be. Is that stick for beating on... No, it's not. Holy Nick Diaz and Amanda Lemos for the men's bantamweight title. Stop. That's not going to happen, dude. Shut up. It's wild that it's damn near 4 o'clock in the morning. It's damn near 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. We're up here. We've beat UFC San Antonio post-fight to death. We beat Vera Sandhagen to death. We've beat Shillelaghs to death. We haven't really talked that much about Pereira versus Adesanya, but we've talked about it a little bit. We've talked about UFC 287. And my name is Finley, and I like to fight. I'm just happy we got almost 50 people watching live at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you're watching right now, I bet you there's at least a couple people who are sleeping who have the chat on. If you're watching right now, post in the chat. I need to know who's actually here. Even if you don't feel like it, just post in the chat real quick. Even if you just send one letter. Who cuts the most weight? Probably Alex Pereira. Dude literally looks like he walks around like 240. I don't know if he's answered that question before, but honestly, I think he walks around like 240. It would not surprise me if he misses weight for the Adesanya rematch and gets stripped. Which would be a catastrophe. It'd be an absolute catastrophe for the middleweight division, and it would suck bad. I like how you stream a lot. Thank you, worth it. Since Colby's playing a character, does he actually hate George? At first, I thought no, he didn't, but I think at first they didn't hate each other, but now he does. I'm here, Joey, watching from Australia. Appreciate you, Bitsy. It's a beat minute in the wee hours. That it is. Do I think Cortez will leave Bellator? I have no idea. Alex versus Yuri. Alex versus Yuri sounds like a lot of fun. Your streaming has taken off. It's another world. It's another world of streaming. We'll stream tomorrow probably too. Don't even say that, bro. It wouldn't surprise you, man. That's bad energy. That would be terrible. It would be terrible. It'd be devastating, but it wouldn't surprise me. And it sucks that I even have to say that. I like how Nelson jumped in the chat and was like, how dare you threaten the main event of UFC 287? I'd be devastated. If Pereira misses weight and gets stripped, that'd be the worst thing that could ever happen. It's 9:45 in the morning in South Africa. It's 4 o'clock in the morning almost here. 3:42 to be exact. Who in here? Let me ask you guys this: who in here has not gone to sleep yet? Because there's probably people who have gone to sleep and woke up and watched the stream. Yeah, Joey's 100% worldwide. MMA Joey worldwide after dark. What a night. What a week we have ahead of us. I have a video that will be coming out tomorrow afternoonish. I haven't decided exactly what time yet. It'll probably be about 12, I think, 12 or 1 Eastern time. Top 3 things I love about UFC 287. JG is here. Bitsy is here. Billy is here. Kale is here. Washington is here. User is here. What's up with the name there? What's up with the username? Anyway, Earthrocker, Alex versus Yuri would be crazy, but I think Yuri would grapple him. I think Yuri would grapple him and win that way. Night Owl checking in. The first video I watched of yours was your first video covering Garbrandt versus Yaya. It's weird that fight never happened. It was booked like 3 times. It never happened. Is there anybody watching right now? It's 12:45 in Vegas. That's crazy. It's only 12:45. I got to start getting some sleep or I'm going to die. Because I've been taking it to the extreme recently. But that's crazy. It's 3 hours earlier in Vegas right now. It's weird how we live in different parts of the world and different timing zones. It's weird how time zones work. All right, guys. We went for 2 hours and 15 minutes tonight. I almost got out of here at the 1 hour mark. I went another hour and 15 because you guys have just been slinging out questions, slinging out donos. Tori, JG, and others. I think there was a couple others. I don't remember anymore. We've been talking about shillelaghs ad nauseum. And it's been a good time. It's been genuinely a good time. I'll have a video coming out tomorrow. Maybe 2 videos tomorrow, potentially, depending on what I do tomorrow. And also, I'll probably live stream tomorrow. And then next week, I'm probably going to at least take like 2 or 3 days non-streaming and work on videos. Work on videos for UFC 287. And we'll see what other news comes out. But you never know. You never know. Tori, thank you for the $5. Not me, bro, Joey. What about Jamal Hill? What's going on with him? We are not sleeping, bro. We are here after dark. Story of Queens. 19 months, and why are you still on? I don't know, dude. I'm just crazy. I'm a maniac. What about Jamal Hill? What's going on with him, bro? I believe he will fight Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 289 in June. That's what I believe will happen. Unless Yuri's going to be ready to go in July or something like that, or August, I think they will do Magomed Ankalaev versus Jamal Hill in June, UFC 289 main event. Per sources, you heard it here first, okay? You heard it here first. We are Ghost. We're going to need that 2-year badge soon. Thank you for the 19 months of membership, French fries. I appreciate it. I know. I don't even know what I'm going to do for a 2-year badge. It's not going to have like 2 years on it because it needs to be a forever badge, basically. I'll get insight from you guys of what you think. And thank you for the $2, by the way, Tori, as well. Dude just slinging out donos left and right for the last few days. I'll have to see what I want to do the badge as. I might do like an all gold one with like something in the middle. I haven't decided yet. I have not decided yet. I'll have to talk to you guys and see what you guys think. Do you guys have any idea for the 12? Day 1 member gang? Yeah, that's true. Have a good night, Joey. Get some rest. I am going to here shortly. But yeah, we'll talk about that in the Discord. We'll talk about it in the Discord. Make it Neil Magny's hairline. Nah, it's got to be like a nice badge. Yeah, maybe like something with some diamonds on it. Maybe gold and then has diamonds all around it or something. My girl says stop showing the arms, bro. Well, you know, she's going to break up with you, Betsy. All right? Has Joel been fined yet and sent to prison camp? No, but he needs to be Boston crabbed. I'll tell you that much. Bare minimum. Well, who's next for Barber? What a question, Earthrocker. What are you guys even doing still up? The real question is, what are you guys even still doing up? But yeah, I'm going to have to do something with like diamonds and gold. I actually regret kind of getting the numbers on the badges because then they kind of stall out. Like 12-month badge just lasts forever. But I guess it's like the 12-tier badge. I don't know. Who's next for Barber? Rematch with Andre Ali. It was a straight-up brutal robbery. Rematch. If not, I'd love to see Aaron Blanchfield just murk her. Absolutely murk her. It's Saturday. It's Sunday, bro. It's Sunday. 11:48 a.m. on Sunday. Listen, guys. If you have not already watched it, I need you to go watch it, all right? I need you guys to do me this favor and go watch this video. Like it, comment on it, all that good stuff. Run up the likes. Like this stream. Double check right now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. But help out the post-fight. The link I'm sending in the chat right this very second. I've gone for way longer than I thought it would for this MMA Joey After Dark stream. French Fries just woke up for the day, and now he's like, oh, I'm going to go in here. Honestly, I was just on my phone for a while, and maybe Joey is live after dark. Barbara robbing her way to a title. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But yeah, go check out that link. Go check out the post-fight. Do me a favor, comment on it, and like it as well. Help boost it in the algorithm if you guys want the channel to be successful. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for the donations. Appreciate you guys being here at this time of day. I'll have a video out tomorrow, but make sure you check the post-fight. If you don't check it out tonight, check it out tomorrow. I would greatly appreciate it. Good night, goodbye, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow night as well. So I'll talk to you guys then. Good night. French Fries is wide awake. He needs to go to sleep before he gets punished by his parents. Anyway, I'm out of here. Macy Barber won via robbery. The Joel Judge who gave it to Chita Vera needs to be smacked and Boston crabbed. And I think that's it.